And so I'm out here to tell you, I'm done. So you know what? I'm not apologizing for shit.
Oh. It feels like every year, there is a concerted effort on AEW's end to test the waters on Good Guy Sammy Guevara. Here's why that might not happen long term.
I honestly don't care. You guys can boo me, you can cheer me. I'm not going anywhere.
First, I want to acknowledge the perceptions and commonly held opinions around Sammy Guevara. The perceptions that you might think are the reasons I point to for why this experiment won't work. He's got a punchable face. You want to rip his tongue out. He's Chris Jericho's young boy. He hasn't made it on his own. He can't cut promos. He can't tell stories. But there have been far more punchable faces, mentors, and storytellers inside and outside the ring. Many have heard the thunderous roar of forgiveness and reapproval. Sammy Guevara probably isn't irreparably punchable. What I think the reason is for the fleeting cheers has to do with how he endears himself to us, the fans. For this, I want to bring up two platforms, his vlog and the reality show AEW All Access. First, his vlog. From what I've seen, it's a wrestling lifestyle vlog with quality editing. In it, he comes across as generally likable and transparent.
Just thank you guys for being there for me.
We'll always be there for you, bro.
It's all hands.
He's the annoying prankster vlogger type to his close friends, his vlog crew, but he's also very appreciative and personable with fans.
Hi Sammy, this will keep the cats from chewing on your wrestling gear from Jackie. We got some cat weed here.
Then on All Access, we also see the side of Sammy Guevara that very much cares how other people feel. We see glimpses of it in how he apologizes to Eddie Kingston and opens up to Bryan Danielson. In a candid moment following a match against Danielson, he also showed he can take a step back and express gratitude from the heart.
I used to do all these random jobs to get to the spot, man. Sometimes I get so caught up in what's next, and I forget how lucky I am to be right here.
Of course, there is a curated reality to vlogs and reality shows. But for all intents and purposes, without cheers and boos to build the show around, the Sammy Guevara we see on these two platforms is as close to the real Sammy Guevara as we'll get. And he endears himself to us by being an open book, or a friend. Which brings us to Bad Guy Sammy Guevara.
I built this shit brick by brick, match after match, moment after moment after moment after moment.
Pro wrestling reality is a complex, separate reality unto itself, but it is reality nonetheless. And in it, he's aligned with Chris Jericho. He doesn't talk much when Jericho's around. For all his bravado, he has baby brother vibes even when sharing the screen with a peer like MJF. He debuted wearing a panda head, and he was announced as the best ever.
Sammy Guevara, the self-proclaimed best ever. But I've had a chance to get to know Sammy Guevara, and I would say he is in the running for the worst ever.
Well, I mean, just so insincere. That's part of the problem. It tries to come across as your best friend.
That is the Sammy Guevara that fans gravitate to and remember most. Not the guy who vlogs about his cool pro wrestling job. Not the down-to-earth guy from All Access. Not the guy who adores his wife Ty. Not Good Guy Sammy Guevara, because that's a guy who's growing and maturing. And we're proud of that guy. But we're proud of him in the same way that we're proud of our most obnoxious high school best friends. We get caught up with the victories and the growth, but we don't dwell on it. Dwelling, whether on the good or the bad, can sully an organic connection. I saw the worst instance of it for Sammy Guevara when he cut a rousing Good Guy promo for his hometown fans in Texas.
And I remember the struggles, I remember the good times, the bad times, the drama, but all of that brought me here. and made me who I am today. Trust me, I know I'm not perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes. But sometimes it takes a few wrong turns to get to the right place. And the right place is Las Vegas, May 28th. When I finally get to go and shut up all the naysayers that said I couldn't do something because of this or because of that. I've heard that my entire life and I've never listened to it. I listen to my heart, and my heart says at Double or Nothing, I will be the new AEW World Champion.
The cliches, the hometown crowd, the hot, steaming pile of nothing said. This promo is my snapshot of why Sammy Guevara does get cheered, but never too much, and never too long. He tells us he's come a long way since pre-AEW, but he hasn't changed much since. He keeps telling us things that don't bear repeating, things he's better off showing than saying, but he'll say them anyway. He can't help himself. Being annoying is in his blood, and pissing you off is his love language.
Because Sammy Guevara is your world heavyweight champion. I'm gonna have my wife by my side, our baby girl in one arm, and the AEW World Championship in the other.
Sammy Guevara is our friend, an obnoxious, shit-stirring little shit friend. That's why we don't cheer for him for too long, no matter what cool things he does or accomplishes. He's a regular guy who, unfortunately, happens to be a pro wrestler. A regular guy who treats us like his close friends, who rightfully find him annoying. And no matter how much you've grown, no matter how much time has passed, you don't cease being that immature menace that you always were. Not to your friends. Your friends are ruthless. They never forget. But if it's any consolation, Sammy, they never forget.